Going on YouTube, I just trade here with a new therapeutic play that I added to the portfolio last Thursday, and I've been buying more and more of this one. I'm sitting on about 4,500 shares of ticker symbol KTTA at an average cost of $1.58. Now this is going to be a high risk, high reward. Do not invest any more than you're willing to lose. Now before we jump in and we look at the charts, which is what I first came across for ticker symbol KTTA, and that is probably what got me the most excited until I did a little bit of more digging, and I found that this therapeutic company here is targeting people with depression and PTSD. The drug they're working on is going to be huge. Me personally, as someone who has had and still suffers from anxiety, panic attacks, but luckily I have it under control, I can see the use case for this one. This drug is going to benefit so many people. But not only the people are going to benefit from it, the patient's family members will benefit from it. That's huge in my book. So now, this is your first time tuning into my channel. Let's make sure you're subscribed to the channel. That like button is lit and that bell's rung so you don't miss out on any of my live streams or my next video. Now, back into a couple things they got going on. They have these little mobile treatment centers that are in New York City, Los Angeles, San Diego, and I think San Francisco. And they're expanding to additional U.S. cities coming in the few months for 2022. Now, the one thing we need other than volume for this little low float company here, because it is a very small float. It's at like 25 million or something like that. It's very small. We need to get some kind of news from the CEO. We need some kind of guidance for 2022. Now, this company has been only publicly traded since September 15th. It's a UK-based company, but they're expanding to the United States. And like I said, that drug is pretty big. I'm kind of getting, I don't want to really compare it to Sava, but it kind of does feel like the Sava play, because Sava was a little bit low, but Sava had a lot more going on. But let's look at the charts for KTTA, because that is what got me probably the most excited, and that's what when I actually did initially put my first investment in with the KTTA. If you look at the charts over here, I'm a big fan of using the moving averages. If you look right here, this red line, this is 152-day moving average. Anytime this is on the top, that's usually indicating that, it's having some downward pressure, it's consolidating, it's basically a bearish trend right there. Now, when I got in here, I bought in around this date right here. It was like Wednesday, Thursday was when I found it. No, I want to say Tuesday was the first day I came across it, because I saw it was coming over here, and I was expecting for us to kind of diverge here and kind of break up to the top end. And it pretty much did it to the T. Now, what's going on over here is we're going to basically get some confirmation over here, and we should be able to get some pretty good upward momentum, especially being the last week of the year. The only thing is it's going to be a little bit of a low volume finishing this year out. That's just how the last week of the year works. And then all the institutional investors will be back. Like I'm saying, this is a very low float, but it's going to be a high risk, high reward. But once it gets moving, it is going to move very, very fast. So make sure you don't FOMO into it and try to chase it, because it will be extremely hard to chase. Now, let's look out a little bit, because, it's kind of important to talk about what happened over here. What happened over here was basically there was some kind of news that came out. Investors got hyped up. It ran all the way up to $8.50. Then they did an offering. Offerings are never good for an asset. They usually always see some downward pressure. That's exactly what happened, and I'm kind of anticipating us to come to the end. But I'm not a fool, and I'm still going to be paying attention to this $1.50 to this $1.39 area, just in case it comes back down to there, because if it does, I will buy more. This has the potential to be a pretty good, a big play here. And then if you look at the MACD, well, shit, that ain't gonna help. I guess it helps on the one day if you look at the MACD. You see how we're down here on the end down here with all this red shit down here? I'm anticipating that we're gonna pop. The MACD looks nice. RSI kind of looks like it may I don't think it would get any oversold, because for it to get oversold, that means we would break below the $1.39. I do not see the RSI really coming down much more, maybe to the 40 40 maybe, and then we should be able to rip up. But like I'm saying, I think this one is about to pop. That's kind of why I jumped into KTTA from a technical standpoint. I saw the chart and I said, hell yeah, let's run it. And then now that I know what the company does and looking into this drug, I'm even more game for KTTA. Comment down below. Let me know what you think about KTTA and if you're holding it or if you're waiting. And if you are waiting, what the fuck are you waiting for? I'm out.